They've got a throw in. Slightly into the Bulldogs' attacking territory.
Not too many players around this throw-in, which is good play by the Bulldogs. It's just into their forward area. A lot of their players have pushed into the forward line, so it just means that there's space to work in. They haven't bottled it up. If you look back into the Bulldogs' forward line, they've got 5 or 6 forwards who've dragged their opponents with them. You can see that now. That is good coaching, good discipline. Just means that around this contest, players like West and Cross and Gian Siracusa, virtually it's 3-on-3 at ground level.
Keating got rid of Minson the first time, not that time, but Lappin has started well. Too strong for Brown, but not for Logan, who can line them up. He's the replacement for Ackermanis.
Tough young cookie from all reports. Northern Territory boy.
Great takeaway by Nigel Lappin. Looks sharp early. Tom Logan, man on the mark, 40 out, straight in front. All 7 metres to aim at. Hooked it badly. Lions lead by 5 points. 13 degrees, the Lions won't know what's hit them in this heat.
Jason Ackermanis will be up there in the 20-degree balmy night saying, I would have kicked that. From the kick in. It's Cross, who's also having an excellent season. To Gilby, and good kick to halfback, finds West. 6 best and fairest next to his name. Is he headed for a 7th? Will he break Gary Dempsey's record? Minson. Good kick, deep kick looking for Grant. Mel Michael picks him off. Front and centre is Skipper. He got 5 last week. Doesn't add to that tally tonight. He misses for the points.
Impressive stuff for a tall string bean. Now the strong spoil by Mel Michael. You know that's on. And have a look at that below the knees work by Wade Skipper. And that's a sign that he's going to be a quality player because he won't rely just on his marking and his height. Brisbane players for this kick-in have all bunched at centre half-back. You can see there at the outriders by the Bulldogs.
Drummond is a lovely kick of the ball, and he does that beautifully to Black.
Right there, Nathan. Come back here, Simon. That's fine there.
Battle
right
lines drawn already. Bulldogs quick, use the ball a lot more than Brisbane. 16 disposals to 12 so far, but Brisbane are in front, and that's good use of the ball again. Knotting to power. Bradshaw the target this time. Harris led Brown to it. Backed himself and got himself into a corner.
Well, Brisbane have got Jonathan Brown as a key forward, Daniel Bradshaw as well. In Leppich's absence in recent weeks, Bradshaw has played a fair bit at centre half-back, but they've opted to put him up forward.
Minson won that one against Keating comfortably. Kicks it to the wing. Cooney. Nice handball. Finds Johnson to Black. He's stripped of the footy. Keating in there, plays a bit of tunnel ball. Handball comes out to Lappin to Johnson from 49. It's a point.
Well, Chris Johnson and Luke Power, both of them are playing back pocket, back flank for Brisbane. Both of them are pushing deep forward, and that is a good sign for Brisbane.
Morris provides Gilby with a target. Gilby, the specialist kick-in man for the Bulldogs. Morris to West. Morris West. A couple of names that roll off the tongue. Eagleton with Bradshaw coming at him with a big height advantage. Voss cleverly for Corrie in space. Nice little collect, and he's got toe. Too far out to kick a goal. Sits it up for Brown. 2 against him, but scouting is McGrath. It just wouldn't sit for him.
Lindsay Gilby, absolutely sensational in that spoil. We might be able to have a look at it, but Lindsay Gilby, he was the second dog up. See that? And helped Brian Harris out. Terrific defensive play. And if you're the second man up, you've got to make sure you get a strong fist on it. You don't want your opponent to get it at ground level. Good contest in the midfield. We've got West and Black opposed to each other. 2 players in very good form.
Gilby short again to Morris. Short to Cross. He's having an excellent year, Daniel Cross. 25 disposals, 6 marks, 4 clearances he's averaging. This kick finds Griffin.
It needed to.
Into the middle to Murphy. He's number 3 in the AFL in marks. To half forward. They're working it nicely, the Bulldogs. Johnson, sloppy kick, does it a 50.
It's 50 metres, Michael, can't change it now. 50 metres.
Michael Voss also pleading Brisbane's case. Selwood was the man. And, well, that's fair enough.
He was probably kicking other than over the mark, but the umpire hadn't called play on.
Yes.
He clearly had played on.
That is the correct call. Technically, it is the correct call.
So Johnson from point-blank range.
Cross and Voss making some poetry of their own out on one wing. Be a match-up to watch through the night. Bulldogs had a couple of goal-scoring opportunities, but in the end, the only just result. Brad Johnson kicks the first of the night. Eagleton takes it wide here for Skipper. The odds against him. Drummond. Now Selwood, who's picked up Cooney. Battle of a brilliant young midfielder and a brilliant young defensive midfielder. Well done, Harris. Good victory over Brown. Eagleton gives it back to him. But Rowan Smith led to the ball here by Adcock to Lappin.
Gee, Brown's free, Tim, if he can get the ball to him.
And Adcock keeps coming. Terrific saving, smothered by Cooney. And that's probably saved a goal. And now the Bulldogs have numbers. Jan Siracusa to Eagleton to Smith with his breakaway pace. Notting pressured him. Hahn now confidently. Smith there to lay the shepherd. Big chance. Hahn, third opportunity to kick a goal. Second miss.
Gee, great passage of play by the Bulldogs.
Gee, it was a great smother down the other end. Brown had about, he was just in the pocket. No one near him, Jonathan Brown, but the kick was smothered. And Mitch Hahn just couldn't finish it off again down the other end.
Good to see the Bulldog players backing themselves to run and carry the ball to draw an opponent.
Clever little kick by Drummond finds Scott.
Thanks, Rowan.
He's off. Back to Drummond, who provides the run. Gilby makes a charge. But Lions had the extra man, in fact make it 2 as Black receives. To half forward, Brown. Good tackle by Harris. Great tackle.
Brian Harris would probably be the quickest fullback in the AFL.
Well, he started well on Brown. Here's Eagleton from behind. Had the sit, had the confidence, and had the judgment. And the Bulldogs press again, but Powers out in front of Johnson.
Go back there, Luke. Luke, go back. That's fine there, Brad.
Luke Powers' brother plays for the Bulldogs. He was named an emergency. Doesn't get a run tonight.
Right there, Adam.
Now Adcock. Bulldogs by a point. Lively start. It promised a contest, and in the early minutes it's delivered. Chris Johnson into trouble and out of it. Hargrove not really laying a glove on him, and Johnson does it well. Adcock doing some good running.
Well, he's playing half-back, Tim, and we've seen good running from several of the Brisbane defenders. Luke Power, Chris Johnson, and now Adcock. Adcock playing on a half-back flank, playing on Rowan Smith.
Meanwhile, Voss has a breather. Sherman comes on. Jed Adcock, a chance to restore the lead for the Lions. Best he can do is claim a share of it. What a night for John Blakey. Everyone in the Brisbane team and in the coach's box wearing black armbands. Their mark of respect for the mother of their coach, who died in the hours leading up to the match.
Gilby, nice disguise on that kick as he finds Gian Siracusa, who wastes no time. Quick ball movement again by the Dogs. Hahn couldn't take the mark. But he butters up nicely. Got the handball to Johnson. Needs to kind bounce. Head over the football. Well done to West. Griffin, tackled by Notting. Releases to West. Inside 50. Mark taken by Minson.
Over the top of Keating. What the Bulldogs are trying to do is play on at every opportunity. What the Lions are trying to do is wrap them up in tackles. And there they just couldn't achieve it. The quick kick forward. And big Will Minson too good for Keating.
When he is big, this 20-year-old, he's kicked 1 goal this season, 2 in his 17-game career. From right on 50. Awkward kicking style.
Geez, they've had their opportunities, the Bulldogs. They have had opportunities to be 3 goals in front.
Good to see that in this sometimes sanitised game, there are still some players who kick the ball as though they've just come in from a country oval, and Will Minson fits the bill. Drummond doesn't. He is silky smooth, and improvised there to Selwood, who now takes it wide to Power. Grant closing with a turn of speed. Joel McDonald third in line, got hands onto it. Corrie roving it. Gilby with him, lost his footing. Could be costly. Corrie. But Jones Siracusa has camped under it, and the Bulldogs are dangerous on the rebound. That's a wayward kick. And Adcock did well to help the ball to Chris Johnson. Now Keating needed to mark that, was surrounded by snapping Bulldogs. Brown again, 2 against him. They've done well on him so far. Brown goes back to it, but again the numbers are with the Bulldogs. Minson, Harris, throw.
Minson got back there to make a contest against Jonathan Brown, and that was good. But what wasn't so good was that the tackle, you can see the big fella picks it up, and Lappin tackles the arms, which means he can't get an effective handball out. So Nigel Lappin wins himself a free kick.
Now, I still have trouble with the interpretation there. He hadn't had prior opportunity. He was making an attempt to hand pass.
But he threw it.
But he was making an attempt.
Yeah, well, he's got to make sure
he had one
hits
hand
it.
back to try and hand pass it. He was attempting to hand pass the ball. Lappin kicks the Lions' second goal.
Hello, I am the new I-Primus. Call now. I am waiting for you.
This will be a terrific contest, these two. Robert Murphy playing as a forward this year for the Bulldogs, their leading goal kicker, up against the tough Brad Scott.
Lions by 5. Lappin pinned too high, said the umpire.
Christy, they'll get you, man. Go back and take a kick away.
Brad Johnson going crook. He caught one in the shoulder there from the Lappin bump. Charman's on for Keating. Kick inside 50 by Sherman. Brown. Good tackle again by Harris. Drummond finds Power in the pocket. Tight angle. Floats one. And the mark's taken by McMahon in the defensive goal square. He's off. He's not mucking around. Weighs up the options. It was a dodgy kick in the end. Kicked it into a pride of Lions. There was 4 there. They win it back. Lappin attacking it was Skipper. It's tough in there. It's a high tackle, surely.
It's a hot football.
Umpire said play on. Gilby can't get a kick away. Lappin kicks an up and under. Inside 50. From behind, McGrath takes a beauty.
Great passage of play. If you're a Brisbane Lions supporter, the bash and crash and hardness and numbers there just typifies what they want to achieve in this game. As hard as they tried, the Bulldogs, to clear that ball, they just couldn't. There were smothers, there were tackles, there were blocks. Finally, the quick kick forward.
It was a great passage of play, and now McGrath can line up for goal number 2. He's directly in front, kicking it from right on 50. And he's missed. He's got the yips too. He's catching.
Lovely kick. Jan Syracusa. Bulldogs have been daring. They haven't quite put it together yet. McMahon this time finds a target. It's Cross, who's been forced to kick the ball a couple of times. Grant, lovely collect. But under pressure, has to take it away from goal. A long way away from goal. Murphy. All the Bulldogs through the middle. Hargrave. Johnson backing back fearlessly. Robbins, Johnson on the boundary. Can he work a miracle here? Not from there. Drummond. Cooney arrives. Oh, another behind.
Now, can Johnson work a miracle, Tim? Remember that miracle goal he kicked up at the Gabba earlier this year? The ball was in flight. And Cooney desperate, but not accurate.
So once again, it's Drummond to do the kicking in. Scott West has a break. Number 1 again in the AFL this year in disposals. Good mark, strong mark taken by Voss.
Gee, Brisbane have got an extra player in their forward line at the moment.
Turnover. Eagleton loads up. It's a beautiful kick.
What a super player Nathan Eagleton is becoming. He gets the acknowledgements from his teammates, because not only did he take an important mark, he was then able to use it to advantage. That was just so important, because had they got the ball forward, Brisbane, they had 4 players to the Bulldogs 3. A little bit of confusion there with the Bulldogs. Didn't matter in the end, because they were able to keep it in their own forward line.
Chris Grant should not miss from here. He's kicked 10-5 this season. Surely he can't miss. And he doesn't. One through the middle.
Rodney Eade choosing to line up with Chris Grant in the front half. And the veteran hasn't let him down. He started well.
Yeah, Brisbane got no one up at centre-half forward. All of their players bunched back in the goal square.
Voss back, couple of disposals for the price of 1. Gilby attacks it.
And Gilby was smart, Tim, because there was no one in that space, so he decided to play 15 metres in front of his direct opponent, so if a loose kick came out like that, he could take advantage, which he did.
Bulldogs free kick.
Now, there's a Bulldogs free kick up the ground. Cross to take it forward of the centre. They can build again. There's a sense of daring do about the Bulldogs, which is very exciting. Johnson to Robbins, under pressure, takes them on, wins. Street, Grant, can he do it again? No, he can't. Missed everything. Wasteful football by the Dogs.
Voss, stripped of the ball. They're having a real crack, the Dogs. Scott did well. Was that intentional? Umpire said throw it in. They are under pressure, the Brisbane Lions. Voss is smiling. Great tackle by Matthew Boyd.
Was that a whole lot different from Minson at the other end of the ground? No prior opportunity tackled. There wasn't a legitimate disposal.
He's up against a couple of young Bulldogs, Michael Voss, in Boyd and Cross, and they are enjoying the challenge.
Rowan Smith pumps it back inside. The Dogs attacking 50. Michael the spoil against Grant. Murphy back to Eagleton. He's 50 from home. He backs himself. Handballs over to Robbins. He'll square it up. Grant's there. Hasn't got the mobility on that occasion. And Michael mops up, and here we go on the break. Charman has got a paddock to run in. Decides to kick to half-forward. Bradshaw dropped the put. Hargrave's there. Brisbane have the extra number. Sherman, he's tackled by Ray. Stripped of the ball. Sherman has another crack. Play on again, says the umpire. Third time lucky for Sherman. Inside 50, but the mark's taken by Harris.
Well done, Bulldogs. Match the intensity of Brisbane in close.
Exciting quarter this. Big street. Now Farron Ray had time to size it all up. And arriving late Robbins can line them up from about 45 when he kicks.
Interesting player, Matthew Robbins. He's not that tall, but by gee, he's strong and tough, and he just took off. And Brad Johnson helped him by keeping Luke Power on the ground. Didn't give Power a chance to jump.
Dogs looking for a couple of goals to make a jump on Brisbane, and they get a 7-point advantage here.
John Blakey, the stand-in coach tonight for Brisbane, looks on. Bulldogs playing daring football. They lead by 7 points. Their aim is to run the Lions off their legs tonight. Lappin bombs it up forward. Griffin dropped the mark he should have taken. Butters up. Broke a couple of tackles. Well done, young fella. Sweeping handball across. Great skills to Gilby. Over to Eagleton. Over to Boyd. To the 50. And Big Street's taken the mark.
I reckon this is the best 10 minutes of Peter Street's career. Taken a couple of marks. Been good in the ruck. Dished off a couple of handballs.
He wants to dish off another one too.
And Nathan Eagleton sniffing around him.
The Cosmo Kramer lookalike. Directly in front.
I don't think he can make the distance.
From 55, the big fella goes for home.
Brisbane Lions free kick. Matty Robbins against Jump. Put him around.
Well, you heard the umpire against Matty Robbins for pulling Adcock around.
Bulldogs by 7. And the Lions, even in these early days, have just been hanging on in the first quarter. That's not to say it'll be like that all night. And here's a 2-on-1 for the Bulldogs. What a lovely mark by Boyd. Plays on confidently. And Johnson now from a tight spot could line them up. Might look for a better offer.
Have a shot. He's kicked 3 out of 4 from there.
In the last minute of the quarter, for a 13-point break. It's the reward their quarter really deserves. And the 250 gamer delivers.
And in picture there for the Bulldogs, we've got Ryan Griffin, just his 13th game, turned 19 through the week. He is going to be a star of the future.
And you just get the feeling the Lions are going to have to pull every trick out of the bag tonight to get the 4 points. They are already under pressure. Lappin to half forward. Sherman got the handball out nicely to McGrath. Little chip is good. Finds Voss, and he can go back from here and kick a goal.
Just McGrath and Corrie and Sherman, they're just showing some composure. They're starting 18 players in this team now, so they feel as if they belong.
What a great effort with only half a minute available to them to set up this opportunity.
Big kick for the Lions. It's to steady the ship somewhat. Voss, the captain. Can he kick a captain's goal? No doubt. Excellent first quarter at the Dome. 30 plays 23, Rob. It is the Bulldogs by 7.
It is the Bulldogs by 7, and they're making a contest of it. We knew that they would. The impressive thing about the Bulldogs is the quick movement. They have taken 36 marks. Brisbane have taken 22, playing it on at every opportunity. Of those 36 marks, just 2 in a contest situation.
Jonathan Brown wearing tights, Robert. Gee, you've got something to answer for there.
What would you call them?
Oh, the bike shorts or the thermoskins or something like that.
Tights.
Sorry to say it, but it looks like my mother's corset. The Lions have the footy as we change the subject happily. Darryl White looks as though he's had a head-on collision with a lawnmower during the week as Brisbane go forward. They're on the newly laid green. There's Brown, and they're a chance here. Riscatelli across the body, and Brisbane have kicked 2 in a minute, and they're back within a point.
With Toyota's special editions, the 4-cylinder Camry Altis Auto is just $26,488 drive away, with air conditioning and cruise control standard.
Can't wait. Why wait? Get that feeling. Don't wait. Get the new Toyota feeling now.
Toyota's special editions, added value and genuine savings.
And Riscatelli on for Brisbane, and so too Darryl White, who's playing at the centre half forward position. Rowan Smith, his opponent. Darryl White, one of the real veterans of this Brisbane team.
Michael Riscatelli playing his 3rd game of football. That's his 3rd goal in his career. There's White. Great tackle by Boyd. It was hard stuff. Bodies fly everywhere. Handball comes out to Cooney. Over to McMahon. Fleet of foot, gee, has 3 bounces, gets away from Lappin. The old 1-2 from Cross. Back to McMahon into the pocket. She couldn't quite find hard.
Yeah, and up in the goal square, Chris Grant and Brad Johnson are screaming at McMahon to put it to the top of the goal square, put it to a dangerous spot. He just let Brisbane off the hook there. Tackling intensity by the Bulldogs has been great, 13-3.
That's an extraordinary stat, isn't it? Bulldogs just not quite finishing their work. Drummond just squeezing it out. McMahon has been full of verve and energy, and that was clever. Boyd, oh, brilliant blind turn. Absolutely left Logan flummoxed, but again, the delivery not great.
Second time in a minute, Tim, that they've gone to the forward pocket boundary line.
Oh, it's a footy.
Chance here for the Dogs. Minson against Charman in the ruck. Back of the pack was Cross. Clever tap to Eagleton. Bang, goal. Beautifully done, Dogs.
And Chris Johnson, the opponent of Eagleton, just completely loses his opponent. He got a couple of metres in front. Eagleton ran to the back of that boundary throw into the dangerous spot. And Chris Johnson, an experienced defender, would be pretty disappointed with that.
Eagleton 9 disposals, 1 goal and 1 major assist in the first quarter. And more great tackling by the Bulldogs. The count now 14-3.
Whilst this is going on, Jonathan Brown in the Brisbane forward line has called in the other 5 forwards, and they've just got a tight huddle operating there.
Well done, Daniel Cross to Eagleton. Boyd back to Eagleton. Good move again. Once more, the finish is just not perfect. But there's a free kick. Luke Power caught over it. It wasn't Power.
Easy.
It was Drummond stuck over the footy. Well, he just couldn't get it out.
Well, Johnson's the one that had the hand on the ball, and he pinned it to Drummond's chest.
Yeah, well,
It's not fair.
No,
Drummond's problem was that he was the first one to touch it. It is a tough decision, but 15 tackles to 3 is a pretty impressive stat.
For number 3. No, come on. Oh, what are they doing?
That is just ridiculous, because Brad Johnson, he would kick that goal more times than not, and he owed it to the team to have a go. 3 times they've gone to that forward pocket in this quarter, and 3 times they've mucked it up.
I think Brad Johnson knew straight away and made a blue.
Play on.
Well, they all missed that one. Johnson might get another crack here. Nathan Eagleton caught a bit high, picked up by Hahn. Well, that was more good luck than design, but he'll take it.
Chris Johnson getting very angry with Nathan Eagleton at that last boundary throw-in. He was hanging on to Eagleton. He was not going to let him slip away. Bit of frustration creeping in with Brisbane.
So Hargrave's trying to have a shot at goal here, and he's got people in his way. He says, what about me, Ump? I've got the ball.
Will he have a shot? Will he pass it?
He's only 10 metres out. Ryan Hargrave turned 24 this week. Happy birthday. Because that was a gift. A fluky kick from Mitch Hahn. And it's the Bulldogs 42 leading the Lions 29.
Let's have a look. This is the boundary throw-in after Eagleton escaped Johnson. Now, he has got him wrapped up there. He has got him absolutely wrapped up. No free kick paid. It didn't matter anyway, because the Bulldogs were able to get that ball out. But I suppose you could say Chris Johnson learned his lesson. Have a look at that. Oh, bash and crash.
Well, the Bulldogs, in every sense, are making the running in this match. It's back out to 13 points. Minson winning. Cooney the takeaway. Morris. Cross. McMahon. They're full of danger again. Michael. No nonsense that. Black. Wrong side, Voss. Great skill, Cross. Eagleton, Minson, Boyd, Grant.
Gee, that was good. And the Bulldog fans here at Telstra Dome, they are getting excited because they are looking at a team, the strong spoil by Mel Michael, but have a look at the ferocity here. Well, we don't quite see it there, that's the finish, but they are looking at a team that I think is showing the football world that they are building something pretty good.
5-1 the inside 50s this quarter in favour of the Dogs.
And that after Brisbane scored an early goal. The veteran Grant, good-looking kick. The Bulldogs lead by 19 points.
Well, since Brisbane's resurgence, that man, Jonathan Brown, has spent a lot of time in the middle. Right now, they need him in the middle. But I don't think he's capable tonight, Rob.
No, he's not. Barely trains. There's Chris Grant on the goal line with Mel Michael. A question to you two boys. Should he play next year, Chris Grant?
Oh, definitely yes from me.
33.
The way he's going, I'd have him.
I would too.
Black. Brisbane need to find something here. Charman. Just bangs it forward. Oh, Brown's got the sit here because Harris slipped at the crucial moment. And Jonathan Brown, speaking of the devil, will go back and kick from only 25 out.
They changed their forward structure for that last centre bounce. For most of this game, they've had the 6 forwards back near the goal square. That time, you can see all the space that Jonathan Brown had. 5 of the forwards were up on the line, just leaving Brown there.
The surface brought Harris to grief.
Jonathan Brown's kicked 33 goals, 17 this year. Conversion rate of 66%, and he has missed.
And that little fella can't believe it. Hasn't seen that too often.
It's the Dogs by 18 points. This is like playing tennis's 4 majors all at once. 4 different surfaces around the ground. Dogs work it clear. West, who hasn't played a major part so far. 8 disposals, always keeps getting the ball, has it more than you realise. Murphy, and here they go again. Hargrave is in space, and old man Grant is on the lead.
Just give me the room, I'll kick it out for you.
They have the best record in the comp for scores from the kick-in at the other end of the ground by a significant margin.
Well, we saw Ryan Hargrave kick a goal not so long ago. Ryan Hargrave just set that one up. He's a Bulldog defender. His opponent, Daniel Bradshaw, just letting him get too loose.
That's fine, mate.
For number 3. And a 4-goal lead. He's done it.
With Toyota's special editions, new Echo.
The Dogs by 4 goals as Matthew Robbins prepares to come back on. It's crunch time for Brisbane in this match. Charman's at the bottom of that.
Thanks, guys.
Pretty good value, Chris Grant, taking pick number 105 back in 1988.
From Dalesford. Gee, a long, long time ago.
3 times All-Australian, twice a best and fairest winner. Voss, speaking of best and fairest, gets it out to Lappin, who spirals one inside 50. Harris the fist. Front and centre a couple of Lions. Corrie's one of them. Runs into trouble. Free kick to the Dogs. Advantage paid. They're off again. Hargrave to the wing to Murphy. He takes the mark of him looking to go.
Gee, just a wave of Bulldogs running forward.
Oh, he's switched into the corridor. It's okay. To Gilby. Little kick round the corner's good. Now here we go. Griffin on the left into the pocket. Michael got in front of Grant. Back of the pack is Charman. Handball smothered.
Might make the All-Australian team next year, Rob.
He's enjoying himself, Chris Grant. And why not? He's suffered injuries in recent years. Missed a complete season with that knee. And, of course, was out for about 6 weeks mid-season.
Tackle count 18-5. The Bulldogs on top, on fire.
He tackled him.
Hahn. This is John Syracuse, but he's put it out on the... No, it was touched. It's not out on the full. We'll see it up close. Drummond apparently getting a finger onto it. There's confusion.
Didn't look like it.
We have a conference.
Didn't look like he got a hand on it.
You're happy with that? Okay, signal out of bounds, mate. Okay.
It's been confirmed.
It's in the Dogs' forward pocket. They lead by 4 goals. Minson against Charman. Charman hit it straight to Hahn! The Dogs are in front by 5!
Mitch Hahn missed the sitters and gets the hard one on the left boot. And that boundary umpire is struggling to throw it in.
Poppy Way was reluctant to call touched ball.
Well, his last 2 boundary throw-ins have been woeful.
The Brisbane fans not happy. And the scoreboard tells you why. There's something symbolic about what's happened so far. It feels like a changing of the guard. A young, energetic young team ripping the old champions apart. Can they hit back? Lapp and DeVos to set them in motion. McDonald.
Thank you.
The Lion Kings being yapped at by a pack of hyenas. Here's Brown, and he's got it. He's on the impossible angle. And he's got plenty of distraction right behind him. They're into him.
He's getting plenty of advice.
Even the bloke with the headphones who can't hear himself.
What about the old bloke at the back?
They get a rude fright if he turned around, wouldn't they?
But look at the kid. Now they've found something more interesting to get excited about. The scoreboard. It'd be a great kick if he can do it. It's not bad. It was a good attempt, but they still trail by 29 points.
Clark Keating has just come on for the first time this quarter for Brisbane. He's been having a lot of work done on both of his hamstrings.
Just as well it wasn't Eric Cantona.
It's the flying scissor kick could have been put to good effect.
From the kick out, the Dogs work it to half back. Here's Minson. To the wing and Murphy. Again, they run from half back down the opposite wing. It's a brave kick, but it's come off. West, Johnson, Gilby runs to the 50, gets the handball out to Gian Syracuse. Oh, they're on fire, the Dogs. Sensational football from half back. They are running Brisbane off their legs.
What we're seeing is, well, he reckons he gave Jonathan Brown the right advice. But what we are seeing is a bold attacking team. The Robert Murphy mark on the wing and the immediate switch kick to the opposite wing was dangerous, was risky, was exciting, and it came off. And you'll see more of it because they're getting rewarded now on the scoreboard. After kicking so inaccurately, they now have 10-6 on the board.
A lead of nearly 6 goals, and what a lovely takeaway. Cross, Hahn is in front. Johnson might have marked that on a confident night. Ray besieged, but they're not intimidated, the Bulldogs. Adcock for Corrie, who leads Gilby, not helped by the bounce, but not hindered. Well done, Morris. And the Bulldog fans are on song. They are loving this. They are watching this young team emerge in full flower. They are looking absolutely thrilling.
Well, they're number one in the competition. The competition number one, Western Bulldogs, for handballs, marks and short kicks. And of course, most of those marks are uncontested because it's all play on, kicking it to someone in a bit of space.
West to cross to Gian Siracusa to the wing. Murphy dropped the sitter. Has another crack at it. Well done by Riscatelli. Got it over to Scott. He's stripped of the ball. Cross the handball. Voss, Power ducked the head. One back by Smith. Little chip kick is clever. To Boyd. He's got room to move. What's he going to do with it? He goes the long option. Johnson! It's another one! This is an amazing performance by the Western Bulldogs, but the bad news is Robert Murphy has hurt his arm or his shoulder, and he is being taken off. Let's have a look at a replay. Murphy,
He dropped the mark.
it appears the shoulder, doesn't it?
It does.
And he is coming straight off. And that's a sour note to what was another great Western Bulldogs goal. Brad Johnson had the sit. He's kicked his third. A bit of pleasure and pain there for the Western Bulldogs.
Well, Robert Murphy was leading Brad Scott a merry dance 3 times in the last 10 minutes. He's been able to get in front. Should have been 3 marks. Had he taken that third mark, he wouldn't have been injured, and that would hurt even more.
The great Western Bulldogs are playing champagne football. They are cutting up the old champs. Power gives McGrath a crack at it. He's well tackled by Griffin, who's a strong young man. Smith, Jan Siracusa, Gilby. Here's Eagleton, where Eagleton's there. And he knows how to use the ball. Oh, what? Well, it was a great tackle, but a very clever improvisation. Jan Siracusa again. Oh,
What a mark. It's stuck in one arm. He left early, and that is confidence. Oh,
That's one of the great marks of all time.
we have got to see it again. Oh, sensational. Matthew Robbins,
Oh, it's one of the greats.
pocket dynamo.
held it all the way down too. He's got to kick a goal after that. But the Gary Moorcroft end of the ground, he nails it. A 47-point lead to the Bulldogs over Brisbane.
Wow, how good's that?
Oh. Just the sheer fact, you just raked it in with the one hand. Makes it extra special.
I don't think I've seen Bulldogs fans as excited for years.
There's the bad news. Robert Murphy in trouble.
Well, let's go down to Christy Malthouse.
Thanks, Stephen. Well, there you saw the medical staff are actually standing around Robert Murphy like bodyguards at the moment, so we can't get too much of a glimpse of what's happening, but they're actually looking at his forearm, so it's certainly not his shoulder. They've looked at his wrist, his elbow and his forearm, but he does seem to be a little better off than what he was when he first came off.
To say the Lions need a goal would be the understatement of the season, as McGrath's kick finds White. He finds himself up forward.
Yes, Darryl White moved to full forward only about 3 minutes ago. Jonathan Brown pushed out the centre half forward.
The lawnmower only seems to have got one side of his head.
Well, the Bulldogs have kicked 8 goals to 1 this quarter. Must-kick goal for the veteran.
Obviously, they've got real worries on the scoreboard, but they've got worries off-field because you've got Michael Voss, who's got knee problems. You've got Brad Scott, who's got hamstring problems. And I just think that they are struggling to keep up with the run of this Bulldogs outfit.
Darryl White's goal breaking a sequence of 8 by the Bulldogs, and the old hands take them forward again. West and Johnson. Power attacks it. Westy arrives. Michael. Power. Good pressure. But the takeaway completed by Black. Brown's not himself. Harris taking him away from the ball. Bulldogs don't want to allow Brisbane to pull too many back before half-time. 11-5 entries in this quarter. And from their 11, the Bulldogs have kicked 8 goals. It's been a triumphant march. Here's Big Street. Oh, yes. Oh, brilliantly done. Cross. Well, I wasn't sure who he was after, but he's got a result. A call over the top from Robbins. An open goal in front of him. And there's number 9 in the quarter.
Chris Johnson, Robbins' opponent, left him. Great play here by Peter Street. This is the best game I've seen this big fella play. But it was Chris Johnson. You can see he's involved in the contest. He left Robbins. Robbins stays back in the goal square. You might say he cheated. Well, he cheated well. 9-goal quarter, is it? Doggies.
9-2.
Dogs by 47. Boyd has had 10 touches for the Bulldogs this quarter. 5 kicks, 5 handballs. Here they come again. There's still 7.5 minutes to go in the second quarter, and they've kicked 9 goals. This could be anything. Could be absolutely anything this quarter.
Now, we know the Bulldogs were great last week when they beat Geelong, but they've won 2 of their last 5. They're up against Brisbane, who's been in very good form, winning 6 of their last 7, so they are playing, as we know, a quality team.
On centre wing, Keating against Street. They nullify each other. Free kick to Scott. Keating coming off. Charman back in. Scott, short. Handball comes to Sherman. They're mucking around with it, Brisbane. Sherman again. They're going to pay a price if they're not careful. Scott, desperate trouble. Got it to Bradshaw. Got it to Michael. He heads for the hills. Selwood against Cooney. In there is McDonald. Selwood got one in the back. Yes, he did.
Not happy. 9 goals to 2 for the quarter, but I know a bad decision when I can see one. There was some back there from Cooney. He took him sideways late, but the first impulse was into the back.
Bulldogs have got 18 players in their defensive half. They have got an absolute flood going on. Rodney Eade has sent the runner out. Get the flood working.
Selwood sits it up. Brown in good position. And they're a bit of a chance here. Brown keeps it alive, still alive. It hasn't crossed the line. It virtually sat on it. Now a throw-in.
So throwing in the Lions forward pocket. Black's there. Lappin. Got it back. Here's a chance for Adcock around the corner. That's a great goal.
Cheers, mate.
The margin still for the Bulldogs, a healthy 41 points. Street beats Charman. Lappin read it beautifully. Sherman. McGrath, always going to find that a bit difficult. Griffin, that's an educated kick from a young man.
Smart kick, isn't it? Went underneath the smothered attempt and got 40 metres for his team. Big Minchin on to do the ruck work. Peter Street having a rest.
Scott West having a rest as well. Boyd comes on for him.
And there's Chris Grant, who's been on the interchange for the last 6 or 7 minutes.
Cooney against Selwood, who won out on that occasion. Handball to Sherman. Went to Eagleton. Now to the 50 go the Dogs. Ray, nice trap. Tahan, who pumps it long. Robbins is there again. It's a bounce. Oh, it almost came back for a goal. Just a point, though.
The advantage of Matthew Robbins on Chris Johnson, most opponents that Chris Johnson plays against, he has the strength advantage. He certainly doesn't against Robbins.
The Dogs by 7 goals. Jamie Charman returned a few weeks ago from a long spell on the sidelines. Very wide. Bradshaw, their hope, third in line. Cross has been good. Griffin, he is strong for a young bloke. McDonald did well. Drew the high tackle. Brisbane's ball.
That's fine there, Joel.
Had a pretty good season, Joel McDonald. Now Drummond. Can be devastating with that left foot. Just dabs it here. Back to McDonald. So going nowhere for the moment. Well, Power really should have held it. It was uncontested in the end. Smith to Harris to McMahon. And rare error. Has support. Power got back to try and atone for his earlier mistake. Smith, Harris, good pressure from the Lions. Hold it in there, 50, to give themselves a scoring chance.
Up, guys.
And Daniel Cross in picture. 4 kicks and 13 handballs. He's a handball machine. He's running with Nigel Lappin at the moment, and just been told this is the best quarter that the Bulldogs have played this year, or the equal best. They need to get another score to be the best.
Oh, Hargrave did it nicely in the end. It's a long, long quarter with so many goals scored.
9 goals won.
Black from the throw-in. Got it to McDonald. Handball went to Cross. He's all wrapped up by Power. Umpire says it's mine.
Bulldog fans, I think, arguing there was a bit of neck in there, and I think they might be right.
Thanks, Crossy. Come on, mate. Probably slipped into the tackle, didn't he? The high tackle in the end. McMahon got it to Smith. Into the middle. Here they come again. The sweeping handle by Robbins to Eagleton. Will this be number 10? Can he get past Johnson? He can't. Good stuff. Here's Brad Johnson. Can't turn Adcock inside out. Ball's still alive. Scott happy to see it over the line.
Thrilling display this from the Bulldogs, and that looked as though it might be a bit more of the same, although Eagleton was well tied up by Chris Johnson. Minson first hand. Hahn has had a few goes at them tonight for all sorts of results. Only 1 goal. I think 3 behinds and out of bounds on the full there. And early in the match, he gave it away from 30 metres.
Johnson to Black. Unsuccessfully. McMahon. He coughed up the handball. That's out on the full low. Drummond. And it's a free kick going the Bulldogs' way. And it's going to be taken by Minson. He plays on. Oh, geez. They're dicing with death here at the moment. But they are taking risks, and it has paid off handsomely. Smith from a standing start. Pumps it long again. Oh, wonderful mark, Brad Johnson, but it's a free kick. Gee, that was a great contested mark. The free kick is going to his opposite. And Chris Johnson, who wastes no time, to half back. Good kick finds McGrath. And can Brisbane make something of this? To half forward, looking for Brown, who is really restricted tonight. His handball goes straight to an opposition player in Gilby. To Smith. He's run down by Corrie. He kicks it into the goal square. It's bouncing. It's bouncing. It's a point.
Well, the Bulldogs have got just under 2 minutes to get their best quarter score. 9 goals won.
Corrie almost kicking an unlikely goal.
That's a good sign. Robert Murphy up, walking around. I would think he'll come back on in the second half.
Gilby playing on, kicking to a contest, and Ray will come out of it with a free kick. Joel McDonald, the offender.
Still high there, Joel.
Bulldogs haven't scored for a while. Hit the wall after a 9-goal burst in this term. All Brisbane at the full. McGrath is about to be under pressure, but he squirts it beautifully. To Power, to Corrie, and he can line them up.
And it was a lovely kick, but Corrie, once he realised it was going to be a Brisbane ball in that centre square, he just sprinted towards goal and was able to get away from his Bulldog opponent, get that 10-metre break at the back. He went to the back position, and of course Luke Power, just a brilliant kick to set him up.
Hasn't kicked a goal thus far tonight. Brisbane needing this. He makes no mistake. Margin back to 35.
Hello viewers, it's iPrimus broadband modem B, and I'm all new, and I am still free all over Australia, from east to the west. But listen carefully, my time being free is almost up, so turn your world upside down with broadband. Oh, and did I mention no setup costs? I'll spin you out, but after July 31st me no more free. Call Primus now, I'm waiting. Don't keep me waiting, call me now.
And that is the Brisbane defence, Bulldogs forward line. Not many there, because I'm sure Rodney Eater sent the message out. Get the numbers in the back half. With less than a minute to go, he desperately wants to maintain that strong lead that they've built. So Bulldogs players dropping into the back half.
This quarter has gone 36 minutes. The Lions have pinched the last two. Will they get another one before the break? Well, this is a telling couple of minutes for Brisbane. They've got 2 goals back. If they can get this one before half-time, it could be a significant moment. There's the brains trust in the middle working things out.
Communication between the centre square 4. And it pays off.
Darryl White. It's a tight angle. It's a point.
In fact, they've kicked 3 of the last 4 goals. Another one there. And they could have gone to half-time with some optimism. Craig Lambert there in the box has been spoken very highly of as a contributor to the Brisbane effort. Rob, surprised John Blakey got the nod as the main man for the night?
No, not really, Tim. I think John Blakey has ambitions to be a senior coach.
Well,
and Lambert is very much a line coach, a midfield line coach.
Thus ends a wonderful half of football from the West.
Running hard, the Western Bulldogs. I don't think we're prepared to write off Brisbane yet, though, are we?
They're starting to come. And if they kick the first 1 or 2 here, who knows?
Bradshaw couldn't hang on to it. Gilby. Over to McMahon. To half-back. The battle's on here. West. Corrie. Lappin got it. Voss, slick handball to Brown. Looks for Bradshaw. Did he get one in the back? Umpire said play on. Fair call, I reckon. Cooney backs himself. Head-to-head for the boundary line. Hargrave. Bradshaw tackles. Now that's got to be a free kick. Surely, umpire. Good call. Made no attempt. So Bradshaw's got it.
And Brisbane apply pressure, and Notting now can try and capitalise on it.
Started well this third quarter. They started with Simon Black playing across half forward and Luke Power in at the centre bounces. And I think they need to get Luke Power into the game. Look, he's a class player. He's been playing mainly in the back pocket. Now Notting on the run is a pretty good kick. From a set shot, not so good.
The lead was out to 8 goals. This, well, it gets away from Notting. It doesn't even go close. It's a free kick. The margin is 34. That would have cut it to 28. And 28 points at this stage of the game puts you in touch.
Very casual run-up, wasn't it?
And that's the reason why he's not an accurate kick. On the run, he's a good kick. He's too slow and wobbly when he comes in from those set shots.
Brad Johnson marks on defensive 50. The run provided by Street.
Who kicked the ball out there, didn't he?
Yeah, well done. To half forward. To Gian Syracusa. Now Gilby. That's clever. To Cooney. Short to the pocket. Just didn't quite come off to Robbins. Oh, bang! Grant has poleaxe. I think it's Selwood.
Who put his head into it.
Did he what?
I don't think there was much. I don't think Chris Grant really is culpable there.
Oh, no, not at all. But, geez, it was a heavy hit, and Selwood was very brave. And he was there to be cleaned up, wasn't he? And unfortunately, but it looks like he's come out of it all right.
Every time the Bulldogs get the ball and start to move it forward, Brian Harris from full back runs the length of the field to make Jonathan Brown work.
Voss, who looked to be in trouble at halftime, goes for Brown, and at the second bite.
Yeah, they're not enjoying each other's company, these two.
It's okay.
Brisbane coming out strongly here at the start of the second half.
He is labouring, isn't he?
He is struggling.
That's a good kick to Bradshaw. Oh, he should have held that. Corrie. Well, was that a throw? A la Minson in the first quarter. Gilby to Boyd. And that's a good placement for West. On the non-preferred, gives to Cooney. I'm sure Rodney Eade's message at halftime would have included an exhortation not to lose your nerve. Keep attacking, keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it would be, Tim. And even though they're well in front, 30-odd points in front, I bet there'd be a sigh of relief from the coach if they can kick the next goal. In general play, the Bulldogs haven't kicked a goal for the last 17 minutes. Brisbane have kicked a few in that time, so they do need to get one.
It was Brown against Skipper then. Another throw. Leading stat getters in the game for Western Bulldogs, 19 to Cross, 16 to Johnson, 15 to Eagleton. Well, for Brisbane, 16 to Lappin, 15 to Black, and 13 to Voss. Sharman against Street. They both miss it. Hahn grabs it. Kicks a high ball inside the Dogs' 50. And Adcock happy to punch it over the line.
So the first goal taking a while in coming. Robert Murphy looked to be in trouble. Christie says a bruised funny bone. The arm is in a sling.
He's not laughing, Tim.
No. But if that's all it is, it would bring a smile to the faces of Bulldog fans. Street's doing many good things, but Power steals it. Black gives it back to him.
No one inside 50.
Brown's working his way back. Well played by Gilby. Harris. Back to Gilby. And West uses the right foot well to Boyd. Johnson running for him. And the Dogs can hurt on the rebound here. Griffin from a long way. Tempted to go for broke. He does go for broke. The margin 35 points.
Gee, it was a sweet kick from Ryan Griffin, Rod. Just the way he put boot to ball, you could really tell, couldn't you? There's a class there.
He is going to be some player, is Ryan Griffin.
Just beautiful timing.
Bulldogs said had they had first pick in the draft, the national draft, they would have gone Ryan Griffin. Of course, it was Brett Delidio that Richmond took.
Nothing wrong with him either.
Oh, he's had a great year.
On the wing, Cross. Dispossessed, Selwood, Black, Power in game number 150. Oh, Shanks the kick. There's Griffin. Acceleration. Now kicks to half forward beautifully to Johnson. Pops it over the top to Gian Syracusa.
Just closing the game up more, Brisbane.
Street's free. And he goes into the pocket instead for Cooney.
Just taking their space. Their game has improved. Brisbane. And in the last 20 minutes, have a look at this, the tackles. You can see that Brisbane work rate, close down numbers has been much better. And that's in the last 20 minutes. And in the last 20 minutes, the Bulldogs haven't scored a goal.
Cooney to Eagleton. That is a good left foot kick. Grant didn't quite hang on. Great kick under pressure by Eagleton. It took a fine defender in Michael, strong man, to prize that from Chris Grant's grasp.
Chris Grant has kicked 3 straight tonight as Drummond does the kicking in. Margin is 6 goals. Selwood. Loose at half-back as Lappin. Adcock provides some run to Voss. That was an ambitious handball, but the bounce favours Brisbane. McDonald over to Lappin, who continues to run from 50. Bradshaw. Great stuff from Nigel Lappin. Hard running. And Daniel Bradshaw should finish it off.
They were lucky quarters with that Voss handball. They got the lucky bounce going their way, Brisbane, but they took the ball from the kick in, the Josh Drummond kick in, to the Bradshaw kick here without a Bulldog player touching the ball.
First score of the night to Bradshaw should be a goal, and it is. The Lions clawing back.
The lead has been eroded to 30 points. The Bulldogs kicked 9 goals in 17 minutes through the middle of the second quarter. They haven't kicked another one in over 20. They need a goal. They need to kick-start themselves again. Johnson, Grant and Michael here. Michael and Grant, and it's Michael prevailing. Maybe not for long. Robbins produced the most electric moment of the night. Johnson in trouble. Skipper does well. Selwood was that high.
Geez, a gutsy player, Troy Selwood. He is prepared to get smashed to win the ball for his team.
Jen Syracuse's tackle clearly over the shoulder.
Got the last 3 goals of the game, Brisbane.
Drummond. Miscued that awfully. Tough for Brown. Corrie there as a second line of attack. Backed inside. Did pretty well. Voss, Lappin, Brisbane dangerous here. And Bradshaw. Oh, well done by Hargrave. Bradshaw, a second go. Well done again, Hargrave. Big victory. West to Boyd, to McMahon. Bulldogs almost off the hook. Not quite yet. Notting. Good stuff this. McDonald. Oh, that was a thrilling passage of play.
Gee, Bradshaw's missed 2 relatively easy marks, hasn't he, this quarter?
Yeah, but they're back, Brisbane. They are starting to take some control of this game. If they are within 2 or 3 goals at 3/4 time, and I was a Bulldog supporter, I'd be a bit uneasy.
You're right, Tim. They've got to hold their nerve, don't they, the Dogs?
And it's being challenged at the moment.
So West's kick finds Harris to the wing. Charman from behind Minson. Eagleton. Handball smothered by Lappin to Black. To Johnson. To Corrie. He can go here, Corrie. Decides to go to Powell. A poor decision. It's always easy up here, though. Black. Stripped of the ball. Corrie has another crack. Now Johnson. Oh, bang, runs into Harris. Fantastic tackle by Brian Harris. It was a ripper.
It was a great tackle, but it was also a great bit of play by Johnson, who said, get me if you can, I'm coming through. Both players well done.
Tremendous tussle unfolding before us here. Voss. Vintage Voss. Black. But he took the ball out of bounds, the skipper.
Charman starting to warm up in the ruck.
Well, Rowan Smith took himself off late in that second term.
Yeah, since Rowan Smith's been off, the scoring has stopped for the Doggies.
Hahn able to take it away as the ruckman wrestle themselves out of it. Johnson. Sharman will have to be good at ground level. Bulldogs with numbers, that's a good sign. And Hahn does well. Big man, but he can move across the grass. And he's still going. Could he kick that elusive goal? He has a go. He won't get it. The Dogs are still a chance, but McGrath out on the full and hit the behind post on the full. So a scoring chance, and Chris Grant wants it.
"25 minutes since they kicked a goal. The Western Bulldogs. Will he play on?
Chris Grant kicked one of the most famous goals of his career at this ground from an angle like this. Not tonight. How will it land? McGrath did well. He's in unfamiliar territory down there.
He did do well. Good defensive effort by the half-forward flanker. Pretty congested in the Bulldogs' forward line at the moment.
Minson and Charman to go at it. Charman the front position, got the tap. Voss is there. Outmanoeuvred by Griffin. Got it to Hargrave, who's put it out of bounds on the full. So free kick to Brizzy in the back pocket. 87 plays 58. 29 points to margin. Bulldogs led by 47 in the second term.
They've got no forward set up at all, Brisbane. All of their numbers in the one half of the ground. And there's their main forward marking on the half-back flank.
Now, is that 50?
Back here, mate. Keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. That'll do.
Brown. Michael provides some run. Now Bradshaw's one out inside 50, but Michael decides to handball to Lappin. Has to double back. Oh, he's bounced as he was tackled, got away with it. Sherman bangs it inside 50. Morris under the pump. West is there. Oh, he threw it, surely.
Tunnel ball.
Gee, that was a throw, and the umpire got it right. And Notting from directly in front, 20 out, can really make it interesting now.
He just forgot himself. Forgot what sport he was playing.
But this is no gimme, because Tim Notting is just very unreliable.
Run quickly, Tim.
He's kicked 11-10 this year. He shouldn't miss this, and he doesn't.
Please welcome our newest Australian citizens.
Right now, there are over 900,000 permanent residents in Australia who are eligible to take out Australian citizenship. On behalf of the people of Australia, we'd like to extend an invitation to you to join us. To find out more, phone our information line or visit our website. There's never been a better time to become an Australian citizen. Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra.
And out.
Brisbane have kicked 5 of the last 6 goals. The Bulldogs haven't kicked one for 28 minutes. The phones are working. Margin 23. The champions on their way up off the canvas. Furious contest.
Scotty West is playing half-back flank on Simon Black. Black not playing in the midfield at the moment. Luke Power given that job. Selwood doing a tagging job on Cooney. And Charman given the ruck responsibilities in this third term.
Cross, Cooney, Gian Siracusa, Harris. That's a good placement. Johnson in good posse against Sherman. Did it well. Robbins on the end of it. No mark. McGrath doing a good job back there for Brisbane.
Yeah, well, McGrath, who's been a regular half forward, now playing in defence and doing it well. There is there's an interesting change being made here, and we'll catch it in a minute, but Chris Johnson, the back pocket specialist, now the full forward for the Lions.
Right now.
And there it is. I reckon that's a good move by John Blakey, because they need to get goals. Corrie's doing well in defence, and Chris Johnson, of course, started his career as a forward with Fitzroy many years ago.
Hahn gets the handball to Eagleton, scrubs it inside 50. Well done by Drummond. Gutsy stuff as Brisbane get the ball at half-back, sweeping handball. Adcock to Corrie. He's got a few options. He goes long in the direction of Notting. He's got to sit and wait. Pack fly. Staying down was Power. Oh, in the pocket, he's got Notting.
Just dropped out of the contest, did Tim Notting. That marking contest, about 6 players involved in it. Notting ran back, and courage shown by Drummond in the back half. Desperate dive at the foot, he takes the hit. And he's given him a real lift too. Luke Power now is playing midfield.
So Notting's kick won this quarter. He's only 25 out. He's hit the post.
John Blakey's not going to die wondering. Making some radical changes. McGrath to defence, Johnson forward. And the Bulldogs under the pump after exploding to a 47-point lead in the second term. Good long ball, Harris to Minson. Cross running for him, had to pick it off his bootlaces. Did it well. Boyd picks out Jen Syracuse, who is well within range. The angle is the issue.
And it's almost the identical angle and distance that Tim Notting had at the other end of the ground when he hit the post. And good composure by Boyd, not to blaze away, but to set a teammate up inside the forward 50. And this could be a 2-goal turnaround if Gian Syracuse can nail it after the Notting miss.
He had a crucial shot in the dying minutes against Richmond early in the year, which he missed. Similar sort of moment, although earlier in the match. He's missed again. Margin 23, and the Lions are just edging their way back, nibbling away. Never right off the Lions' quarters.
No.
I think you almost did.
Got to within 7 days of riding them up, I think. So Drummond to do the kicking in once again. It's from Michael. It's a beautifully judged mark by Mel Michael. Gives it to McGrath, to the wing, Notting. Harassed by Gilby, but Notting played it well. To McDonald, to Brown. He's got Johnson on, and also running hard as Lappin. Oh, in between the two of them. Beautifully done by Dale Morris. A big play for the Bulldogs.
It was, because Lappin has run from the midfield. Chris Johnson needed to block Morris and didn't.
Chris Grant's limping off. We'll go to that shortly as Brown takes it out of the ruck. Handballs into the hot spot. Lappin got an unkind bounce. Tries to tap it to Black. West went hard.
He might be in strife. He's gone. He dived in on it.
Gee, that's...
This is a worry for the Bulldogs. Chris Grant with that troublesome knee.
Now West dived on the football.
Comes up with it and can't get it out.
Gee.
No, it's very harsh.
Yeah, it is. It is harsh. Black's got it. We'll be kicking from about 45 metres. And the Lions get another one. They are back. Oh, we've got a ball game now.
The 4,400 are back, but all of them have changed.
Nobody trusts these people. Anywhere they go, they're marked.
Tuesday.
I wasn't pregnant before they took me, but I know there's nothing wrong with my baby.
The pieces will come together.
We are not the enemy. We are not the enemy here.
Their true powers will be revealed.
You've unleashed the devil into this world!
The new 4,400, Tuesday on 10.
John Blakey, coaching the Brisbane Lions tonight, has made some very important moves in this third quarter. Black has played as a permanent half forward. He kicked that last goal. Power's gone into the midfield, given them real drive. He swapped McGrath and Johnson. McGrath into defence, Chris Johnson to full forward. They've kicked 3 goals. Bulldogs haven't kicked any.
They've shaved 30 points off a 47-point deficit. Hargrave. White has it covered. And here they come again. One of the oldest of the Lions. Well played by Morris.
Yeah, Jonathan Brown screaming at Darryl White, saying, put it long to the goal square.
The pride of Lions had been wounded.
Luke Power dropped into the goal square. Jordan McMahon gone with him.
Street reaching over Charman. Voss in the midst of it. Charman, strong man, just can't get it out. And a ball up is the right decision.
Christy Malthouse.
Stephen, Chris Grant has just gone down into the Bulldogs' rooms. He tried very hard to make the pain go away, went for a run, but certainly his troublesome knee is giving him a lot of trouble.
Just need to get another goal, the Bulldogs.
It has been a long, long time. Khan been good. Eagleton was very good early. McGrath doing well. Adcock. Good steal. Robbins. Clever kick. Eagleton was lurking. Didn't fall for him. West dives on it again. Really got in his teammate's way there. And now Cross is buried.
37 minutes since they've kicked their last goal, Bulldogs.
Well, Scott West should have left the ball for Cross. And in the end, the Bulldogs tied themselves up.
West off for a break. White, third man up. Knocked it to Black, back to White. Lost the footy. That was hard. Now Boyd backs himself, has a bounce, puts it inside 50. Yes, to Skipper! Takes the mark. Well, he's replaced Grant. Well, it might be a blessing as Wade Skipper, who kicked 5 goals last week, has hardly touched it tonight.
He's got that nice bit of reach about him.
But here's his big chance. He's directly in front. They desperately need a goal. And he's only had the 3 kicks tonight, Wade Skipper.
Well, I think last week he kicked 5
yep.
and only had half a dozen kicks, so makes the most of his opportunities.
Well, here's his big chance. They need to stem the flow here, the Dogs. They lead by 17. This to make it 23. He sneaked it home.
Swing into...
That shirt collar would have been tightening a little bit over the last 3/4 of an hour. Grant looks as though he's just about ready to come back. The Bulldogs have been like a batsman, blasting his weight at 90 in an hour and then spending the next hour without scoring a run. They've finally hit a 4. White to Sherman. Here go the Lions again, and it's an open 50. Chris Johnson. Just couldn't escape. Now he does. Simon Black misses.
And Chris Grant is back on.
Strength.
Grant back on, Christie.
He's back on. He spoke to Rodney and said, I'm okay, and he's on.
Brad Johnson at half-back for the Dogs. 2 bounces. And he's put it out on the full. Now, what do you do here, Rob, with Skipper? He's just taken a nice mark and kicked a goal. Do you leave them at full forward on Michael, or do you put Grant back there?
I think they can leave both there. I think they can leave both there. They've had no success with the smaller forward line this quarter, only the 1 goal, so why not keep 2 big fellas there?
Lappin, geez, had some sort of quarter. To half forward, Harris gets there first for the Dogs. Clever little handball to Gilby. Over to Gian Siracusa. Drills it long, but Brisbane have got the numbers. And Riscatelli in front takes the mark. He's got Adcock short. And now the switch is on. Sherman. Marks and goes. And his kick finds McDonald.
McGrath trying some run from defence. Sherman keeps coming for him. Now, can someone take a mark? Yes, Jamie Charman can.
Value of the long kick.
Yes, the squared kick. That is the worry. Charman is more athletic than his direct opponent, Peter Street. You can see Street caught in front, the big fella. Not comfortable in that situation. Charman can play as a key forward. Street can't play as a key defender. And I just think that John Blakey has coached exceptionally well in this 3rd term.
In the last 2 minutes of the quarter, he cuts the margin to 16.
Hello, I am.
Well, they've hatched a plan in the middle again, the Brisbane midfield. What will they do?
They've got some experience there at ground level.
Lappin, Power and Black.
Yeah, it doesn't get much better than that. Maybe Boss throw him in.
Street got the tap. Charman got the spoils. Tries to knock it forward. Lappin at the bottom of the pack.
Nothing there. Nothing there.
I think Robert Walls said earlier in the quarter, if Brisbane could be within 2 or 3 goals at 3/4 time, they were a serious chance.
Game on, Tim.
It's been an extraordinary match. Street got the tap. It was a good one. Adcock. Now Power through heavy traffic. Did it beautifully. McGrath has played well. Handballs in the direction of Black. He's got Riscatelli and ignored him. He receives now. Riscatelli can kick a goal! Sensational stuff, Brisbane!
And it was the old school. Power, Black, Brown to the kid.
They've had 10 debutants this season, Brisbane, the most in the AFL. And I know they've got some heavy hitters playing alongside them, but gee, I tell you what, there's some impressive young talent there, isn't there?
There is, and there are some old hands who are pretty good. The finish was the easy part. The margin is 10 points. Back from 47 points down. The Lions. One of their finest hours, this. Big takeaway here, a score either way before 3/4 time. Could set the agenda for the last quarter.
Could be here to midnight. It's another long quarter. We've gone 31.5 already in this term.
Have a look at this for the 3rd quarter only. The disposals by the experienced players. Black, Lappin, Power, Brown. Sensational performance.
Another hand pass across to Gian Siracusa, but it's coming back. They actually lose seconds out of that because the game was called on. Interesting aspect to the advantage call that is then rescinded. Time is lost. Now Ray. The Bulldogs with less than half a minute. They need a goal. Khan on a long lead, but still a long way from home. They'll have to move quickly now. They're not going to concede a goal. Someone needs to mark it. Chris Grant's the man. Or Johnson. Smith and Charman.
Jamie Charman and Rowan Smith, both magnificent, both hard at the footy. Nothing wrong with that. How about this bloke? He got the hit to the head and was up in a flash. No looking for a free kick, no staging. Hard hit, fair enough. I'm up on my feet. Let's get on with it.
A 5-goal-to-1 caught up by the Lions.
Hasn't been on the ground much at all, but the seeds of doubt would be placed in the minds of the Bulldogs because they played so well, and then the goals dried up as Brisbane have charged back, and of course the respect that they would have for Brisbane, the best team in the game over the last 5 years.
Those seeds haven't just been planted, they are already flourishing. Cooney. Can the Bulldogs kick the first goal of the quarter and really lay it down in front of Brisbane? Daniel Jim Syracusa, who had a shot at goal during the third term and missed.
Eyes on it!
Minson versus Charman.
Play on.
Neither laying a glove on it. Gian Syracusa's got it now and he's clear. It hangs and McGrath's there to make the spoil. West just levering it forward. Back to McGrath. Couple of stats. Black. Jeff Brisbane kicked the first. Look out. Adcock to Power. And with the flight, Notty.
He meant that kick. He kicked it on the side of the boot. He saw him out the side of his eye there. Did Luke Power, and he put it to the advantage. Have a look at the kick. On the side of the boot, pops it. And Tim Notting, he'll be petrified because he hates having these set shots for goal.
He's got no one in front of him to give it to as he lines them up. Only 2 players between him and the sticks. They're assuming he'll make the distance. He does more than that. He cuts the margin to just 4 points.
Hello, Moto.
This is a worry in that Darryl White. You can just see nowhere near the strength of Chris Grant. That will be a worry. White can't afford to get involved in wrestles with Grant.
Cross for the Dogs, puts it inside 50. Terrific mark. Gian Syracusa can go on, but he misses.
Shouldn't have played on. You take a mark 40 metres out. You go back and you kick a goal.
1 goal, 2 to Gian Syracusa tonight. It's the Western Bulldogs by 5 points. As we said, they led by 47 in the second term.
The Lions haven't led since late in the first quarter. Charman to Voss. Brad Scott camped under this. Brisbane building again. Decides against Bradshaw's offering. Places it carefully for Brown. Lappin roving it perfectly. Bradshaw will go back, line them up, and quite possibly put the Lions in front.
Just composure. We see the composure of Lappin and the non-composure up the other end a minute ago.
Has just 1 for the night. A poster, and the margin is 4 points. A lot of football left in it yet.
Lindsay Gilbey finds Johnson to the wing, looking for Minson, but cut off by Voss.
And you'd expect nothing less for Voss to go back into a dangerous situation and triumph.
Big switches on to Sherman. Perfect kick. He goes back in the middle to Selwood. A couple of the rookies combining there, so Selwood weighs up the options. He decides a bit of waxing's in order. Back to Sherman. Disguises the kick somewhat. It was ambitious to Johnson, and we'll have a throw in the Lions forward pocket.
Bulldogs have got enormous numbers back in the defensive 50.
Bulldogs defending a 4-point lead. Wrestling match in the ruck. Well played by Minson to Eagleton. And a good safe kick. The Dogs have kicked just one goal since the second quarter. Late in the second quarter.
Changed their forward structure, the Bulldogs. Taken Skipper off, brought Robbins on. So it's a smaller forward line. That helps Darryl White because Mel Michael drops back onto Grant.
Lappin. Gilby having a bit of trouble with it. West burrowing in again. The ball up. And Brisbane's last quarters have been a strength.
Jamie Charman, I reckon he's made a real impact since he's come on. He's rucked far better than Clark Keating. And you can see he's dropping out of the contest. That means Bradshaw's doing the ruck work.
Well, the Dogs have got it on centre wing. Cooney. Oh, Adcock just got there in time. Turnover. Lions get it back. Selwood has power and support. Great handball. Power to half forward and finds Brown. Brown's got White on in the middle. Spots him up. Brisbane looking far more composed. That's a great kick.
It is a clever kick.
It's a beauty. And White's hurt himself, I think, when he kicked it. No, he's okay. It was a wonderful pass.
And Notting, this is just great interception. Adcock looked like a certain Bulldog mark. Smart kick by Darryl White, and Lindsay Gilby is just giving Tim Notting too much space.
He's kicked 2 goals and a poster. He's on a bit of a roll. He's kicked a couple. It's a mark to Johnson, right on the line. Now he'll be looking to go here.
If he goals, it makes the picture complete, doesn't it, with McGrath excelling in defence and Chris Johnson goaling up forward once they swap positions around halfway through that.
Oh, wonderful! It's play almost, says the umpire. Now, I reckon that was 15. Well, I reckon that was good enough. It was a wonderful kick and cleverly done by White.
How far back is 5 metres back from a post?
That's 15.
Yeah, it is.
That's a bad call.
I think it's a bad call too.
It's a really bad call.
It's nearly 7 metres between the behind post and the goal post.
It's cost Brisbane the lead.
That is adjudged 15, I think, although cross played on. McDonald hammering spoil. Brown steering it. Great trap by Brad Scott. Power. Here's Black. Sherman. Justin Sherman gives Brisbane the lead.
Swing into Bunnings Warehouse for the lowest prices every day. Ryobi 100mm angle grinder, $49. Chrome 4-shelf unit, $99. Misty sink mixer, $39.
Bunnings Warehouse.
Lowest prices are just the beginning.
At Red Rooster.
Paddock stations for the Dogs now. Justin Sherman has put Brisbane in front by 3 points.
Cooney, who's been tagged by Selwood. Cooney playing in the back line. I just hope they're not going too defensive, the Doggies. They've got to try to win the game.
West, only as far as White. He's off. He's being called to play off. Gives it to Drummond. Looks for Selwood or Black on the wing. Black gets there first. Manages to shake West. Pops it over the top to Selwood. He weighs up the options. Goes to the pocket. The Lions keep their feet. Johnson is one of them. He goes short to Lappin. And things have fallen apart at the seams for the Bulldogs.
Umpire Allen says that one did carry the 15 metres. Gee, that was a tough call on Darryl White.
Yeah, it was. And it was so cleverly done too. Anyway, that's history. And Nigel Lappin is going to be kicking from about 47 out as Cooney comes off.
Yeah, well, I just don't know why Cooney lined up in the back line. He looks exhausted, actually. Farron Ray coming on.
They've kicked 9 of the last 10 goals. Brisbane lapping for another one. He starts it right, that's where it stays, and it's a point.
A message.
I reckon the message would be along the lines of, you are a very good player, create the play, make the play, be attacking, don't go into your shell.
The swing stands at 51 points, from 47 down to 4 up. Can the Bulldogs reverse the slide? Cross, a rare kick, a heap of hand passes. McDonald, Boyd at the fall of it. Minson, Gian Siracusa, chance here. Robbins, well done.
Free kick anyway, I think. McGrath took his eyes off the ball and was in trouble. Yeah, he was in trouble. It was a free kick for grabbing and holding.
Nothing flamboyant about that one. Just did the job. Front position, clutched it to the body to restore the lead. He's kicked 3, taken the mark of the night, perhaps of the season. He has 4. The Dogs are back in front.
One of these two is
Western Bulldogs snatch back the lead. They lead by 2 points. John Blakey, the stand-in coach tonight. What an initiation. Strange game.
Tough act to follow, isn't it?
It's been a great game. On the bounce, Scott lifting, Lappin, boy can he run hard. Real gut-busting performance tonight from Lappin. To the 50, perfect kick to Black. He plays on, swings onto the favoured left. He goes for home. It's going to be a close call. It's good enough. Brisbane back in front.
Well, my name is Vic Sparks, and I love playing bowls, and you meet a lot of lovely people. The wife gets up and she'll say, oh, well, bowls today, love, and I'll say, oh, yeah, and she'll say, oh, yeah, your bowl's mad. I said, oh, well, you got to have something to make me happy. Gee, I love my bowls. Oh!
Simon Black gives Brisbane back the lead. Christie, how are the old Lions bearing up?
I tell you, I think they're struggling a bit, Tim. Michael Voss has just come off for another rest with that sore knee. Clark Keating hasn't been on the ground again this quarter with that lower back and hamstring tightness, so therefore Charman is exhausted, taking all the rough work this game.
Blistering speed.
And Adcock has just been having his groins worked on, and he's proppy as well, so they're really struggling.
Adam Kearney back on the ground, spoke to the coach, and I'm sure the coach said, you make the play. He accelerates. And Rodney Eads made a couple of very good moves. Robbins, who's come back onto the ground at full forward, and Kearney given a reminder of what he needs to do.
He's the go-to man. He kicks his 5th. The lead changes again. Some old legs there.
Dogs by 2. Minson, great tack to Cooney, to West. Bulldogs go back inside 50. In front is Hahn. Courageous, but couldn't take the mark. Drummond, run down as he kicked. Logan, he's got the fresh legs. To Sherman, cleverly. Back to Drummond, backs himself. Gets past Gilby, ran himself into trouble. Now Selwood under the pump. He's got Logan in support. Will have to kick hurriedly. He does. Brown's there. Harris from behind. Spoils. Black front and centre. Forces it forward. Notting overruns it. Harris is there. So is Cooney. Cooney gives it to West. West to Griffin. And here come the Bulldogs. Griffin runs down the corridor. Sidesteps. Wants to drill it long. Has another bounce. Griffin now has 3 bounces. He drills it long. Ready to fly is Robbins. Great
blind handball.
And what about the Ryan Griffin run? The confidence of a first-season player.
Well, the two kids combined, Cooney to Griffin. He takes off, and Ryan Griffin, one bounce. Two bounces. I'll have another. Three bounces. And they're not dead yet, the Bulldogs.
They lead by 8 points. Their mettle has been put to the test. Minson to Cooney, who is transforming this to Cross and West. Hahn and Gian Siracusa. The Bulldogs are pressing, and Ray can line them up.
I reckon the lines are spent.
Well, Farron Ray, he was the Bulldog with the fresh legs at three-quarter time. Had the least amount of game time, and they're running pretty sharp the last 10 minutes. Gian Syracuse, a smart play, centred it, and this young fella with the footy from Adelaide has to finish off.
They lead by 8.
From Perth, sorry.
They lead by 9. That was a big hook. Great call, Rob, on Adam Cooney. He suddenly has transformed the climate of the game at those centre contests.
Just got to wonder, Rob, how much run is left in Lappin and Power and Black.
Well, they've
worked so hard to get back into the game.
They haven't had much rest in this second half. They've needed them out there for the entire second half to reduce the margin. Got their nose in front. Bulldogs have rallied again.
Got half a quarter of this to go yet.
Brown sets himself. Cooney was courageous, but Lappin again. Shanks the kick, but forces it forward nevertheless. Riscatelli's there, so is Griffin. Harris for the Dogs, throws his body on top of the ball. He's tackled by Bradshaw. Back of the pack is Hargrave. Got the handball out to Ray. Ray to Smith. Smith now gives it up to Griffin, and the Dogs are away again. Griffin has one bounce, draws the player, gives it to Hahn, who scrubs the kick forward. McGrath's there, forces it forward. Ball spills. Johnson in game 250.
They've had a cushy night.
The fight back by the Bulldogs once they got headed is just so important to this club, because so many times in the past they've gone down without too much of a fight. It's not happening now.
Nothing. Brown need to be good there. Griffin is having a tremendous last quarter.
It's going back.
It's going to come back.
No.
Which is a bit tough because there was advantage there for the Bulldogs.
What the Bulldogs have done in this fourth term, have turned around the pattern. In the third quarter, it was Brisbane winning all the clearances. 6-2 to the Bulldogs out of the centre in this last quarter.
Hope for skipper. Gian Syracuse rose it well. Ray and the young legs are telling now. The Bulldogs are splitting the lines open, and Rowan Smith is back. And he's still going. Oh, he was a little ambitious. He ran too far, 20 metres in the umpire's estimation.
That's it, yep.
A Brisbane ball at half-back. 8 minutes left. How many strides? 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know. There was a bounce in there. What was wrong with that? I reckon the umpire didn't see the bounce.
I think you're right, Tim.
Sherman. His target's Brown. Harris the spoiler. Black's over the ball. Fed it out. Hargrave snaffled it though. To Gian Syracuse. Inboard to Smith. Oh, he's got West running. He receives now. Now can West use it? He blazes away. Johnson's got the sets. No mark. Rush behind. So close for Brad Johnson.
He's looking for a free kick. I don't think one was there.
No,
Let's have a look.
Good call by the up. Perfect call. No free kick there.
No free kick. And good effort by McDonald not to give a free kick in that situation. Gee, what I like about the Bulldogs, Tim, in this last quarter, on 7 occasions they've had players prepared to run and bounce the footy. That just shows that their confidence is still there. Their faith in the game plan exists.
They've been well coached. They've been encouraged to continue to take it on. Oh, two of them collide here. Opening the door for Mal Michael. Thundering through the centre of Telstra Dome and delivering, but that is a brave mark by Boyd. Charman was coming hard. He would have heard the hooves. Hahn, been a solid contributor. Gian Siracusa likewise. Ray needs to be good here. Clever. Gian Siracusa and Brisbane just being outrun. The Bulldogs have been steady.
Skipper in the goal square calling for it.
Can he grab it? Yes, he can.
Back it's Minson. And he backed himself in. He sent to Chris Grant, kick it long on 1 out. And a good show of strength by Will Minson. And gee, there's some good signs. There were good signs in the first half for the Bulldogs. It fell away in the third quarter. They've rallied in the last.
Just too big and strong for Josh Drummond and Will Minson. Rams at home. It's the Dogs by 22.
Daniel Gian Siracusa has had a fantastic fourth quarter, playing as a permanent forward. He's had 9 disposals, but the great part about his play is that he's running out to meet the ball.
Minson was brilliant to Cooney, who puts it back inside 50 once again. Johnson, as brave as always, will go back and seal this game for the Bulldogs.
Gee, has Cooney's game turned around since he spoke to the coach? I wish I knew what he said.
Gave him a rocket.
I reckon he might have.
Brad Johnson has kicked 4. As good as directly in front. Only 35 metres from home.
And just full of courage. Eyes on the ball. Backing back, doesn't flinch. He's a star.
Well, Rowan Smith's tribute pre-match spoke of how much he means to the Bulldogs. West, skipper, Voss in the back. 5 minutes left. Brisbane have come back from the dead once. I don't think they can work another miracle.
They've been great, Brisbane. 8 goals behind in that second quarter to hit the front.
Bulldogs flooding. Hahn, Voss still there. Boyd and Eagleton can give it off to Smith or have a go himself. And he goes all the way.
I'd just like to warn viewers, turn away if you've got a soft stomach. Just shows you how hard Simon Black has worked in this game. He has worked himself to the point of physical exhaustion, and what can you say, just shows you how hard a footballer works and the ramifications sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, Cooney features in a centre break.
Inside go the Dogs again, Johnson almost. What an extraordinary night it's been at Telstra Dome. Farron Ray.
until I took the scalp health test.
The margin back out to 40. We're almost back where we were a couple of quarters ago.
And Adam Kearney has featured in 6 centre clearances in this fourth quarter. I have a feeling the coach told him that he had to be attacking, because once Brisbane hit the front, he was lining up across the half-back line and accepting the tag that was being put on him by Troy Selwood.
Here they go again. McMahon, spearing delivery. And Robbins wastes no time. That was a little ambitious. They're still alive. Grant, can the old fella kick another one? Can he what? It's another 9-goal quarter.
John Blakey coaching Brisbane tonight, and there's nothing he can do. They are running right. Bulldogs, they've had the last 10 scoring shots.
Lappin to Black. Some of these lines are at the point of exhaustion. They work so hard to get back in the game, and the young dog legs in the last 20 minutes of the game have come to the fore once again. Lappin over to Notting, to Brown. 60 from home, looks to White. He was held. It's a free kick.
Bulldog supporters not happy. I reckon on what I've seen last week and tonight, back them for the 8 next year.
And White converts. He kicks his second. It's the Western Bulldogs by 40 points.
They refuse to yield, the Lions. They're out on their feet, but they're still coming as best they can. The spirit willing, but the flesh weak. I don't know whether I've ever seen a game like this. The Bulldogs out to a 47-point lead. They gave it all up and more, and yet now they lead by 40 once again. West to Ray, who's having a big last quarter. McMahon cutting holes in Brisbane at the moment, but Mel Michael plugs one for the moment. Another very long quarter.
Kearney again featured in that centre clearance. That is 7 centre clearance involvements he's been in this quarter.
Drummond bangs it down the corridor. Harris with no Brown to contend with. To West, to Gilby. Not so good. Michael again.
Michael to the wing. Great mark over the top, taken by Notting. Over to Logan. Looks for White. Not quite. And we'll have a bounce. Black 31, Lappin 31, Power 21 for Brisbane. West 30, Cross 28, GM Syracuse at 27, Johnson 26, Boyd 25 for the Dogs. There's been a lot of big numbers in this game. Black, can he finish off with a goal? What a champion.
Yeah, he is a champion. He is a champion.
You saw the physical distress he was in only 5 minutes ago. He has not given up.
And I guess when you consider all the circumstances, it's the day when his coach's mother has died, and the Brisbane players have had a bit to play for tonight, and Simon Black has given all that he has and more. And despite the fact that he was physically ill 5 or 10 minutes ago, has just kicked his 3rd goal.
And Kearney has been that dominant that Michael Voss is guarding him at the centre bounce.
And still they go at it. The outcome has been decided, but you wouldn't know it. It has been a magnificent contest.
Heroes on both sides.
Michael Voss still wants to win the match. He was in a hurry to get back and take his kick and get it forward and score again. Power. Good hand in there from Griffin, who's done some terrific things in this last quarter, and this might be another. There's a chance here. Hahn has trouble hitting the target. Didn't get close that time. Michael.
Great tackle, Eagleton. And what about the bash and crash run of Ryan Griffin? Never took clean possession of it. And here's the Eagleton tackle.
He's a left footer. He's out in the right pocket for a left footer. To put the final dollop of rich cream on the cake. He misfired. Brisbane free kick. Boy, we've had some long quarters. This one's gone almost 35 minutes.
Extraordinary amount of time.
Get some great games here at Telstra Dome. It's a fast, hard track now. No slipping out there. Under the roof, perfect conditions. We get a lot of scores.
Johnson short, finds power. He kicks to Bradshaw. Pops one over the top to the run of McGrath. Back to the 50. Charman, nice trap. They will not give up Brisbane. Sherman sweeps the handball to Notting. McGrath has run all the way. Great finish. Gee, that's hard running from Ash McGrath, who kicks his second.
It's the 15th goal of the last quarter and the 41st of the night. They haven't kicked scores like this since Robert Walls was playing in the 70s. That's a long time ago.
I just wonder if this is the most goals scored in a game at Telstra Dome this year.
Brisbane is still coming. The margin back to 28. West, Cooney, the Bulldogs win.
Gee, look at the crowd.
They win a classic.
For Brad Johnson, 5 goals, an extraordinary game of football, one of the classics in season 2005. A real changing of the guard. The Bulldogs home by 28 points. We have to leave it there because of the extraordinary long quarters tonight at Telstra Dome. It'll be a big night for Brad Johnson. We hope you enjoyed the game. It was a classic. Good night.